Greetings ladies and gentlemen, my name is PepperToni Pizza. So things are going to be a little different in this video. Got some new visuals and trying to edit my videos in a different way. Now before I begin this video, I want to make a couple of things clear. First off, this video contains topics certain viewers probably can't handle, such as terminal illnesses and people faking those said terminal illnesses for attention. Second, if this video for whatever reason gets popular, do not go out and attack this guy. Yes, what he did was scummy, but witch hunting does not help anything. If you have a negative opinion about this guy, just leave it in the comments or post it on Twitter or something. Thank you. Speaking of Twitter, you've probably seen what's been going on Twitter recently. If not, let me catch you up to speed. There's a TF tuber known as Sketchek that has supposedly died from an unknown terminal illness around 3 to 4 years ago. He never actually specified what that illness was. At most, he told people it had something to do with his brain or nervous system. Sketchek was widely respected due to his cool content. You know those spy mains that carry around the Derringer L'étranger and the Kunai and do nothing but trick stabs over some vaporwave music? This guy was like those guys, but for pyro. He carried the detonator and the extinguisher and blew people away with the stuff he could pull off. A lot of people missed him but eventually moved on. You wanna know how respected this guy was? He was so widely respected that Valve even added a certain stat to the extinguisher in his honor after he died. What is simply known as Sketchek's Bequest, it basically grants players the ability to gain a speed buff whenever they land a killing blow on an enemy, basically a more deadly disciplinary action. Very recently, however, he somehow managed to come back to life despite his terminal illness, if he ever had one. That's right, it was revealed through a forum post that he was alive this whole time and that he faked having this illness. He explains why in his latest video, which is simply titled, Right, of course, his most recent video, Apology, where he explains everything. So today we're going to take a look at this video and see why Sketch here thought it was a good idea to fake a fatal illness.
Hey, it's me, the legendary pyromane, Sketchek. Sorry to bust your balls like this after hyping up my big return. There's something I need to get off my chest that's been killing me, and I want everyone to be on the same page going forward. About 3 years ago, I announced that I had contracted a non-specific terminal illness. I want everyone to know that was a lie. It was a sick joke. It was a ruse.
Yeah, just a bit.
I was never ill, not even a little bit. You might say that I was mentally ill, because I thought it would be fun to convince a lot of people that care about me that I would fucking die. But I've been feeling really bad about it lately. I can no longer bear the weight of my sins, which is why I've decided to come out with the truth and apologize for lying. So, I'm sorry. And I hope I didn't cause anybody too much grief, especially if you have someone with a chronic illness in your life.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when you first died, people were only devastated that you weren't going to make cool pyro videos anymore. Also, the fact that you faked having a terminal illness for attention when there are people who have family members that are actually affected by a terminal illness. I don't know, man. I think you should be fine.
I am of the opinion that you should be able to joke about anything you want as long as it's funny, but in this case it really wasn't funny, so again, I'm sorry.
I agree with this opinion as well, and it's good to see that you are aware that this is messed up. Never, ever joke about fatal/terminal illnesses.
I don't really have an excuse. I mean, what can I say? I just love the feeling of taking someone for a ride.
Well, what a ride, my friend. Crushing your fans with the thought that their favorite YouTuber died to some unknown terminal illness, all the while people were probably telling their family members in similar situations that you were a cool dude before you died.
But I took it a bit too far this time. Well, that's the gist of it. I can share some backstory if you care to listen. Or if you don't, if you hate me, if you think Sketchek didn't die but he should have, you can stop watching and start berating me in the comments. I know I deserve it, but I would appreciate if you listen until the end of the video.
That'd be great if you shared some backstory. Pay attention though to how he quickly pulls a, oh, people are gonna just hate me without listening to my side of the story. Well, if that's the case, go on ahead and hate me in the comments. It's a very manipulative move that is meant to make people feel bad for him. Now granted, he does sound like he is sorry, but you shouldn't just say stuff like this if you ever have to make an apology video.
So this all started in early 2015. I was in Japan for an extended period of time, which means I was away from my PC at home. And when I was in Japan, I had a really good time away from the games and the PC and getting some much needed vitamin D. And somewhere along the way, I came to the conclusion that video games had ruined my life. And that was when I decided to shut down the channel. But I also wanted to go out with a bang, I guess you could say. Ideally, I wanted to make some really good TF2 videos as a parting gift, but I didn't have access to a PC that I could do that on. So I scrapped together all my remaining TF2 footage and notes that I had collected to be released as one big info dump. But I still wasn't satisfied with that for some reason, and then I came up with the idea of faking my death, because I knew that would draw a lot of attention.
I mean, I can kinda see why he did some of the things he's describing he did. He said he would have made a big end-of-the-line video had he had access to his computer, but since he was in Japan, he couldn't. And from the way this story sounds, it really sounds like he wanted to end the channel quickly so that he wouldn't get addicted again. What I don't understand, however, is why you didn't just make a quick tweet and just be done with it all. You could have just explained through Twitter eventually, through a little Q&A sort of thing.
I realized this was a really fucked up thing to do, you know, even if it was just some anonymous internet video game bullshit. To be honest, I still don't know exactly why I did it. I was feeling a bit conflicted actually. The channel was something that I built up by myself. It had value to others, it had value to me, but at the same time I was feeling bitter, as if video games had stolen something from me.
Yeah, so the best course of action is that if you think video games stole something from you, you fake a terminal illness to everyone in order to get back at the video games. Oh, you'll get them good then.
And by extension, the Sketchek channel, which revolves around video games. So you could say I was feeling resentful, mostly at myself in retrospect. But instead, I took it out on my loyal audience and left them in the dark for 3 years. And that's another thing, I wanted to make it really hard for myself to come back so I wouldn't get addicted again.
Well, why didn't you just uninstall TF2? Or even Steam for that matter? I actually felt something similar a while back in 2018, so I stopped making TF2 videos and uninstalled the game. And it worked for a good few months even. Also, you say you don't have any real excuses, yet here you are, making excuses.
Because who could come back after saying all that shit? Can I just add that this is a lot harder than I thought it would be? I've had to re-record several takes now because my voice keeps shaking too much.
He honestly seems like he is sorry for his actions, but there was no need to explain the whole, I had to re-record because my voice was shaking. That's irrelevant information that doesn't add anything to what you're saying.
Anyway, after disappearing, I hardly played any video games for about a year, and I was able to do a lot of things that I wanted to do in that time. I grew up a little bit since then. I've been doing pretty well actually. I still make online content in other places, but I've been missing TF2 and I miss making videos for this channel. A couple of weeks ago I was playing TF2, was thinking about some stuff, and I decided I wanted to come back to the channel and reveal the truth to everyone. I mean, yeah, I could have claimed that I made a full recovery, and I'd get away with it too. The reason I didn't do that is because I'm sick of lying. I don't want to lie anymore.
So let me get this straight. You stopped for a year and have been playing underground for the other 2 years? You only thought about releasing this information a couple of weeks ago? You didn't feel like it was bad that you'd faked having an illness those other 2 years?
So I started out by reaching out to some people that I used to talk to as Sketchek to personally apologize, because a lot of these people I consider friends, but I never told them the truth, and that was the thing that I felt the worst about. They were mostly very understanding and forgiving. A lot of them were able to see the funny side of it. I mean, it was a long time ago, 4 years ago. I was young, making a lot of mistakes.
These images I'm displaying are from the forum post that started this whole tire fire. Someone by the name of Sage revealed that Sketch had come to him and apologized for faking his death. Now, in this Steam screenshot, Sketch does apologize, but it's a very short and sweet apology. I mean, obviously he was going to make this video, but you think he would put a little bit more thought and emotion into it?
I couldn't really give a shit about the TF2 community at large, but if you have enjoyed my videos, I am genuinely sorry to let you down, and I hope I can make it up to you by releasing some newer and better content.
Yeah, as a whole, I don't care for this community that I've hurt with my supposed illness. If you've enjoyed my videos though, I recommend you stick around so I can make it up by making cool new videos. You make this entire apology video, and basically take back everything you said by saying this one statement. Do you or do you not care that you have affected people with lying about a fake terminal illness? Also, nice how you say that you'll make it up by making more content. I understand that you can't promise that you'll donate a lot of money to charity or something, but at least make it up with something more meaningful than just more videos.
That's about all I have to say at the moment. I know I missed a few things, so if you were wondering about something specific, leave a question in the comments. I'll try and get around to it soon. Once again, very sorry. I don't expect forgiveness. What I did was pretty indefensible, but I hope you can still enjoy my content regardless. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to seeing a bunch of e-celebs virtue signal over this.
I don't expect for forgiveness, guys. I did something really scummy. I can't wait to see some e-celebrities virtue signal over this. Virtue signaling, for those that don't know, is when someone posts an opinion about a certain situation just to try and make themselves look like a good person. Basically, he's trying to say that if anyone voices an opinion about what he's done, they're just trying to make themselves look good just because he did a no-no. That was probably the worst thing that was said in this apology. Are you sure you understand the effects of your actions? You faked an illness, leading thousands of people to believe you were suffering on a deathbed because you wanted to go out with a bang. There are people that actually have a terminal illness that are suffering right now, and you think that you don't deserve to be criticized for your actions? Can I also point out that whenever you did apologize, it was like a very sudden and quick. It wasn't like oh, I did a super scummy thing. I have hurt tons of people with these false claims all because I wanted attention. I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart for that. Or something like that, you know? But no, it was more of a, oh yeah, you know, I did a noopsie, my bad, guys. I will say that he at least agrees he isn't worthy of the Sketchek's bequest stat that was put on the extinguisher. So, Sketchek does sort of appear to be sorry for his actions, but his execution was terrible. Also, apparently you're not allowed to make a video or you're just a virtue signaling e-celebrity. Wait. Oh no. Either way, thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I have to say on the situation, and I'll see you in the next video.